Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. We are your brothers in arms, and this is episode 16. Episode 16, it blows my mind. I can't even begin to talk about how awesome it is. Fellas, if we were an age, we'd be getting a car right now, or at least a license. So,
yeah,
I think I'm ready to drive.
Depending on where we were at.
Well, good point. You're right.
I got mine at 15.
You got yours at 15?
I'm pretty sure.
I got my learner's permit at 15. Alex, when did you get yours, if anything?
Well, I had Greg to drive me for the longest time, so.
Mooch.
Yeah.
I drove exclusively, I think, through high school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I did too. I think that's one thing that we should get into tonight. I think we should get into our driving experiences. I mean, it's a new year. It's new opportunities to talk about some cool stuff. But just on the top, on the cap of all of this, guys, you can reach us at our Twitter, at Your BIA Podcast. All three of us now have access to that page. So give us a shout out over there. Send us your questions. We'd love to hear from you. Also, you can get us at our Gmail at yourbrothersinarmspodcast at gmail.com. And then we're here on Twitch. We're doing our thing. We're going to try very much to make this a weekly thing at 9 o'clock on Twitch. If the three of us don't make it, then in some way, shape, or form, we will be on Twitch. What's up, dude? And,
Say hi.
Say hi. Or goodbye. That's the outdoor. So you can reach us there, and you can also find us on our website at brothersinarms.podbean.com. Podbean, that's PODBEAN.com. So there you go. That's the fun stuff. Get that out of the way. Maybe I'll throw it up one more time at the end of all this jazz. But it is episode 16, and here we are. It's Monday. Fellas, what is the day? The 13th.
The 13th.
13th.
January 13th.
And so with that being said, hey, Greg, how's the weather up there in Utica?
So actually, it was kind of wild this week. It got up to, so on Friday. Oh goodness, there's people.
That's okay.
Hold on, I may need to mute. So on Friday, it got up to almost 60.
Wow.
Hi. You guys want to say hi? I'm on a podcast. You want to say hi to everyone?
Hi, what's up?
Here, come on over. There's a couple applicants.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello.
They say
Welcome.
good evening.
All right, so I'm the oldest brother, and the guy over there, that's the youngest brother. So nice to meet you. Have fun. Good luck.
But yeah, no. So it got up to 60.
On Friday?
Like it, yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it got stupid warm to the point where we were wearing. I was ready to wear flip flops.
Do you have
So
any
and then
snow on the
immediately,
ground, or did all that go?
no, it's almost all gone. And then it immediately turned around and plummeted again. It's a beautiful. Gosh, it's. I think it's what 20. Hold on, I can tell you exactly what the temperature is outside. One second. Yeah, it's so it's still above freezing. It's 37 degrees right now, but by next week the low is going to be negative. By this coming Sunday, it'll be -1.
That's insane, man.
Nope.
So
Yeah.
blowing snow. They're predicting anywhere between 4 to 7 inches
Wow.
by Saturday.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I agree with Alex. That's a huge negative for me. No,
No,
thank
I'm
you.
good.
Welcome to the cold white north. That is upstate New York.
Well, you talk about crazy weather. You had 60-degree weather on Friday. Saturday it got up to 80. That's 80.
Mm-hmm.
80
Oh, Lord.
in Parkersburg, West Virginia. That's ridiculous.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So, he talks about having flip-flops. Yeah, I went all the way down to the shorts, man. It was rough. But how about you, Alex? How are things going in your world?
I mean, they're not bad. We got like a bunch of rain, which is always fun in South Carolina because everything stays wet for like a week. We could get like 2 minutes of rain, and for the next week, you're walking through the yard, and it's just like squish, 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 squish.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
so,
man.
But other than that, it's been a quiet household, man.
Yeah.
Caroline's been a little sick, so that's been fun, interesting, and wonderful.
Yeah,
so.
I saw pictures your wife posted on Facebook that she's getting to be her happy self again. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Now she just lets out these giant man farts. So I don't know if it's a byproduct of the sickness or what, but she can clear a room. She can clear a room, and I could not be prouder.
That a girl.
Yeah, like even the dog won't sit next to her. She gets up and goes, ugh, and walks out of the room. So
awesome.
Not gonna lie, that's saying something.
Yeah. That you can clear a room? Come on now.
Not even mad. Impressed.
Man.
It's like Twizzlers up in here, man. I'm telling you.
Twizzlers and your digestive system, Alex. I don't get it, man. Like, what? Has it always been your whole life?
There's something in it.
Yeah.
That messes with him.
Now, is it Twizzlers or all like Red Vine kind of things?
No, just Twizzlers.
Just Twizzlers? Okay, then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah.
Very good.
So if I ever get upset at Liz for any reason, I just go out and buy Twizzlers.
Oh, you are awful. You're so awful, and we love you.
Yeah. Well, the other fun thing is you can, I go into my classroom, and if I'm having a lecture and it's a little bit of an unruly class, if they see me standing at the front, we sell Twizzlers in the ship store. So I'll open up a pack and just stand there in front of them and start eating.
And do they know the trouble that comes with your Twizzlers?
They know by now.
Oh.
They know.
I've taught them well.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I have given
them
oh Lord, too many examples of what shall follow when the Twizzlers come.
It's pretty great. It's really pretty great.
So, Greg, what's your go-to snack, man? What you munching on these days?
Oh gosh. So I got the chocolate bug from Mom.
Okay.
That's hands down. I love chocolate, any and all kinds of chocolate. Candy wise, to this day, it's still my favorite. I don't understand why. I don't know where I got. You guys like Smarties?
Oh, I love Smarties. Yeah, but I like Sweet Tarts better. But that's a whole other story. So keep going.
I love Smarties. If I can have them like a bowl of them, just I can't keep them in the office because I'll eat the whole package if you let me.
Yeah.
But hands down, like that's my go-to candy. I love the way they taste. Some people say it tastes like chalk. I don't know what you're talking about. I think they're awesome. I'll snack on them all day, given the opportunity.
Nice.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Well, for me, man, if my body allowed it, man, I could eat Sweet Tarts all day long. The chalky ones, not the sugar-coated ones, but the chalky ones. Those are my go-to, man. I used to be able to. They came in rolls like this. I don't know if they sell them like that anymore, but they came in rolls. And what I would do is I'd take my thumbnail, and I would go around one of them at a time and pop it out and let it melt and just enjoy that whole sleeve of Sweet Tarts. I think after one of them, though, I'm pretty well set for the next month and a half because that's too much sugar for one sitting.
You're just bouncing off.
Now I like sour candy though too.
Sour candy, like what?
Anything. So like oh gosh. I like Sweet Tarts because they have a sour kick to them.
Mm-hmm.
what's the candy that the little gummy kids, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch
Kids.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I love Sour Patch Kids. Again, that's another candy that I can eat. Given the opportunity, I will eat an entire bag of them without hesitation. And that kind of extends to, like, boy, off subject. Do you like sour beer?
No, I hate sours.
Oh, so I love them. I love the way they taste. They're funky. They're different. I can any chance I get, I can drink them. They're awesome. Yes, Marie. That one does work.
Designed to taste like it's terrible. Why would you drink it?
Again, guys, I am pulling so many blanks right now when you go into this conversation.
It's okay.
But watching your faces now as you go back and forth, like it's an awesome ping pong match. So, ladies and gentlemen who are listening to this podcast,
it's so good. But it's so good. But no. But yes. You want some, you know it.
No,
you know you want some.
No. No.
Yeah, no, they're good.
Oh dear Jesus.
They're tasty.
So
there's actually
keep it going.
No, like there's a couple different bar and grill restaurants here where I live in Utica.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And several of them it's such an awesome thing. Like, you can go in and they have like 15 beers on tap and they rotate constantly and they've always got something different. Whether it's a IPA or a sour or just like something you've never heard of. So you can always go in, you're never going to be disappointed. I had one the other night that was just, it was different. It was different. I mean, it didn't scratch the itch. It wasn't perfect, but it never ends. And then being up here in New York, so New York makes apples. You know, they grow a lot of apples.
Right.
And so you have a lot of cider mills. And so hard cider is crazy popular up here. And what are you shaking your head for, Killer?
It's not me, man. It's Alex.
I know. I'm staring at him. So there's a lot of cider mills up here, and they do sours, and their sours their hard ciders are out of this world. Like, some of them are just ridiculously good, from the super sweet to the very dry. Crazy flavors from blueberry to strawberry to peach to, I mean, you name it. It's awesome.
No. And so we've got two sides, and I feel like Switzerland over here. I'm neutral to all of it.
And I love it. I love it too, because I don't know what the audience is looking at, but on my screen, Patrick, you're actually in the middle.
No way.
Yeah, so you're in the middle, I'm on the right, and then Alex is on my left.
That's crazy, because on the Twitch channel, it's Alex is on the left, you're in the middle, and I'm on the right.
And on mine, I'm on the right, Greg's in the middle, and Patrick's on the left.
There you go. So there you go. But it's recording from my channel because, well, that's how we're set up. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is, exactly. But I'm loving the fact that in this order that they are seeing. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to our podcast and you're not watching us on twitch.tv right now, or on our YouTube channel, which we're there as well. Yeah. You can catch our back issues, our back episodes on YouTube.
And there it goes.
And there
I'm still here.
Oh, he's still here. He's still talking. You can catch us on YouTube at Brothers in Arms Podcast.
Yep.
That's our channel. But excuse me.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. What?
Oh. Nothing.
I don't know.
You
Greg
got
left,
up,
so I wanted to leave.
then he got up, and I'm not moving.
Well,
That's how we roll.
I had to grab my other phone.
Oh, very nice. Very
Okay.
nice.
Sorry. I'm still. So for those of you guys who don't know, just yes, obviously I'm a Marine recruiter. Yes, it's 9:30 at night, and yes, I'm still at work trying to finish paperwork.
Absolutely. And I'm a pastor with the Salvation Army, and I'm finishing my last class on my master's, and so I had to hop on here right after finishing a paper that was due tonight. Thank God it's done. 4 more weeks, and we can put this one to bed. And then Alex over there on the far left of my screen, or the ones who are watching here on Twitch, well, he's got fantastic hands. That was nice, man. What are you doing, homie?
Sitting in my living room.
No. And he's also the most literal of the three of us. So
you're not wrong. No, I'm actually also in the military. I'm in the Navy, the parent branch of the Marine Corps, so to speak.
Uber.
So
why is my
branch.
Uber yelling at me? I love that one. That's the best.
Yeah, no, I'm a part of the community that makes all of our ships move through the water. So right now I'm at the training school. Actually, I'm one of the instructors, teaching all of these students how to do my job.
God bless them.
Yeah, it's fun.
Amen. Boy was a teacher.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we started this. Yeah. So anything fun you got to teach this week, bud?
Anything fun that I got to teach or do this week?
Ooh. Both?
Well, I didn't get to do anything fun this week.
Aw.
So. No, I'm kidding.
No riding around on trains or trays or
dollies, nothing like that.
Getting booted out of the military and then brought back in. Becoming a free man.
That was a fun day.
That was a fun day.
That was a great day.
That was a great story too. I really enjoyed that one.
So
yeah, it was. That was well done.
Well, I mean, they gave me my paperwork early. Might as well take use of it.
Yeah, I got you.
So, I mean, it kind of helps when you're the career counselor for your division. So all of the career paperwork and stuff, they give you these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have people's retirement flags sitting over in the corner over there.
Wow.
So yeah, because
cool.
they're retiring soon, so all their paperwork is just. Yeah.
And so you did get given something this weekend that you were telling me about that
I did, in fact,
is a part of your job. You want to talk about that, or can you talk about that, or is it too top
sure.
secret that we just can't tell everyone?
I mean, there's certain things I could tell you about. There's certain things I really can't.
Here, so. I'll listen very closely. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna. So, anyways, I was talking about. Sorry. Anyway. No. So one of the groups I'm a part of at work is the First Class Petty Officers Association.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, what the First Class Petty Officers Association, what we do is we do basically kind of morale type things for the rest of the guys in the command. And we do all sorts of other fundraising type things. There was one of the guys in our community who was dealing with stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Oh wow.
Oh gosh.
And it was right before the holidays, and one of the things that we can do for that is we raised money ourselves and ended up taking that to the family, and ended up, I think we gave him $3,500.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
To try and make sure that, one, we could make sure that he was comfortable during all of this, and two, to make sure that his kids had a rockin' Christmas.
Sweet.
But we were able to do that. And then we do all sorts of other different things, we are the parent company for the Coalition of Sailors Against Destructive Decisions, also known as the E5 Mafia. Yeah.
What a name.
Yeah. Well, Greg will tell you, sergeants and below, they kind of band together, if you will. And they work together to make sure that they're taken care of, and we make sure and take care of them.
I like it.
So anytime they do an event or something, because they're not a foundation, we usually bankroll them. We pay for what they want to do. Well, all of the stuff that we do across site, as first classes together, by the end of it, you've racked up a pretty lengthy achievement list of, hey, these are the things that I've done. So you usually get some sort of end of tour award. Well, the guys who are paid members of the First Class Association, what we do is we give them what's basically a naval tradition. We give them an oar, a paddle, if you will. Something that helps them with fair winds and following seas. It allows them, to continue on into their next transition, whether that be into civilian life or their next command.
That's cool.
And we got a laser engraver. So what we can do is we put like their name, their rank, our First Class Association symbol on it, and I think the bottom thing we put on there was for your service down by the creek. We thank you. Yeah,
Nice.
because the site is on a major river, so we call it the creek. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
kind of
neat.
fun.
That's neat.
But I picked that up today, and because I'm the new guy to make the paddles until I leave, and I've been thinking about all the different things I can do with it. So I'm gonna laser engrave the crap out of some stuff. It's gonna be wonderful.
So, are you limited by a certain space? Like, is it
I mean, technically,
size of my
I
six
think
head or forehead or whatever this is?
it's a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger.
Forehead.
So, 4 head, 5 head.
5, 6.
Oh, yeah.
6. Shut
6 foot, 7 foot.
up.
8 foot more.
Daylight
Daylight
come
come
and
and
me one go home.
I went somewhere completely different. I'm sorry.
This morning I woke up singing Kookaburra Sits in the Old Gum Tree. Y'all remember that one?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. I woke up singing that one this morning. I don't know why. Every morning it's a different song. Yes.
Hmm.
Nothing, just watching.
It
Kinda
does
weird.
flash occasionally on this side.
Yeah, but it's okay.
I don't know. I've checked my
I'm watching
USB. It's not back there.
Hmm.
At least it's coming back.
It's kind of weird. I keep
Yeah.
seeing.
So my office manager just came in. His name is Philip Richmond. He's the young.
Huh.
Oh, all we got was the top of your head.
That's
That we
what
can
it
tell you are us.
Mm.
There it is.
So
You're Richmond.
he's checking our feeds and making sure everything's good. So, but anyways, so with that guy being in the room,
Mm-hmm.
he is the newest Richmond, who is working towards his driver's license. And we threatened to talk about this earlier, and I think now's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, you said you got your driver's license or your permit at 15?
So I'm trying to remember. I may have gotten my license at 16.
Okay. In where? In
But
the
the
state
reason-
of
Georgia.
In the state of Georgia.
Okay.
And I remember it very well because when I took my test, I scared the living daylights out of my
Out of your
my
instructor?
proctor.
No way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How'd you do that?
Almost pulled in front of a semi.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. Did they dock you? Like, did they say you just passed? I mean, I can imagine if you gotten in a wreck on your driver's test, they would have failed you immediately. Even if, well, probably if it wasn't your fault.
Hmm.
Probably
Well,
not.
the story was pretty epic in itself.
Yeah.
So a little bit of background. In order to get your license in the state of Georgia, you like every other state, you have to take the driver's test.
Right.
Well, here's the catch. The DMV that's closest to your office or your home of residence, most likely you can schedule to take the test, but it's going to be a good 6 months from the time that you schedule the test before you're actually going to be able to go and take it.
Oh my goodness!
Just because
Atlanta's so big.
Atlanta's so big and the list is it can be so long.
Wow.
Well, here's the catch to it. If you are the way Atlanta will work, you can take your test at any DMV so long as you're willing to go and drive to it. So there's multiple DMVs in the Atlanta area. So we lived in Lawrenceville, which was in North Atlanta.
Right, up 85.
Yep, up 85. And hold on, I want to look at a map so I'm not gonna sound silly.
Wow, he's going legit.
He ain't too legit to quit.
So we lived in Atlanta, but we lived in Lawrenceville, which was, you guys are a mess.
We love you.
I love you too. Which is northeast Atlanta, like way up to 85.
Right. It's kind of weird because 75 does this number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
So
hold up that forearm again, real quick. Okay, just checking. Go ahead, man. Go.
But
it's like
so the closest
degrees of forearmness. You've got it.
Yeah.
I've got mildish, and Alex, you have nothing.
It's on there.
Anyways, go ahead. So
It's-
up northeast.
It's good. Yep, northeast Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so the only place to take it was south of Atlanta, and we had to go. Oh gosh, wasn't Jones? No.
East. That would be down.
Wasn't
It'd
Noonan.
be down 85 because 85 kind of did this number. So 75, 85. So 85, it came from the Carolinas through Atlanta, and then went down towards Augusta. And then 75 cut off and went down towards. Yeah, love the fingers there, Alex. You.
So we went all the way south. We went all the way south to and Mom can probably correct me, but I'm almost positive we went all the way down to Macon.
Whoa!
Why?
Because that was the closest place to take the test.
On time, like immediately, like they
Yeah.
let you in and let you out. Okay.
Somebody had to
Exactly.
drive me every day.
That was the shortest time for us to wait to take the test. So yeah, so it was almost 2 hours.
Wow.
We drove almost 2 hours south to Macon to go and take the test.
That's crazy, man.
And the reason why I remember it, so we got down there, and I'd never driven in Macon before, and this lady like takes me out for my driving test, and holy cow, we get in the car and we do the little like parallel parking and whatever, and I did okay there, and then she takes me out on the road for the live test, and you're having way too much fun with your eyebrows, Boyle.
It's Alex.
So she takes me out. She takes me out for the live test, and I'm not joking. She basically. Do you guys remember Cousin Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn here. That's what it felt like with this woman. So here I am, like driving. I'm already scared out of my mind, and we would just be like going along, and she'd just be like, "Turn there." Like, oh crap. So she had me turn. I'll never forget this. We were in it was a 4-lane road with a chicken lane in the middle.
What's a chicken?
And like a turning lane. Yeah, chicken lane.
Okay.
You know what a chicken lane is?
I got you. It took me a second.
So it was a 4-lane road with a chicken lane in the middle. And we go pulling in we're driving along, and the first time she does it.
Got it. Keep going. I'm sorry.
The first time she does it, she's just like, random side street, like, turn there. Like, and before I knew it, I already passed the road. I was like, holy cow. And then so finally, like, she's getting exasperated with me, and she's just like, okay, turn up here. And I'm, like, trying to confirm, like, you want me to turn here? And I go to, like, pull into the other lane, into the chicken lane to start making the turn, and here comes a semi, like, flying at us.
In the chicken
She's screaming. She's screaming. I'm screaming. Like, I make the turn. Here we are, like, over, like, we pull in, and she's like, do you need me to drive? And I'm like, no, ma'am. Like, just tell me where to go, and I'll get us back. And we finished the drive almost in silence at that point.
Turn left.
No, like, she finally she's just like, we're gonna turn up here. Yes, ma'am. And so we finished driving back to the DMV, and I don't know how this woman passed me to this day. But somehow,
it was great.
With all of that, I still managed to get my driver's license.
Man.
And I remember getting it, and it was so funny because Mom was like, "Do you want to drive home?" And I looked at her dead in the eyes, and I'm like, "No, ma'am, I do not want to drive a car right now. Can we please just go home? I'm happy, but I don't want to drive a car." So that was my getting my driver's license, and to this day, it's like in Macon, Georgia.
Wow.
Man, oh man, that was crazy. Gosh, it was wild.
So I got my permit in Burkesville, Kentucky. I got to work that summer at Camp Paradise Valley, and
yep.
I turned 15, and Dad came and picked me up, and he took me into town, into Burkesville, Kentucky. So Burkesville has one of those city halls in the middle of town that has a roundabout around City Hall. And so there's parking spots. Yeah, there's parking spots all around it, or actually on two different sides. But this is also a town where there's not a chicken lane, but there are chicken trucks. There's a Tyson's Chicken Farm not too far from Burkesville. Okay. And so these trucks come flying through. They slow down to go around the roundabout, but they're full of chickens, all right? Feathers going everywhere. You do not want to be behind one of those when the chickens have had a bad day. But anyways, so Dad takes me there, and in order to get your driver's permit in the state of Kentucky, you just have to take a written part. So I studied for it. Mm-hmm. Well, I maybe read the book. They take an eye exam. I took the test. I passed it, and it was one of those that was laminated. It was laminated with my picture, my name, my driver's license number, or my permit number, and the only address we had at that time, because we hadn't gotten solid in Louisville yet. The only address I had was Camp Paradise Valley Road, or Salvation Army Camp Road, Burkesville, Kentucky. So my first permit, my first ever official license, had Salvation Army Camp Road on it, which I thought was kind of cool. But as we're driving back to camp, we get off at Camp Road to go back down to camp, and Dad says, "All right, you wanna drive?" I'd never sat in the driver's seat before that, and I was like, "Dad, I am not going to kill us going over the side of this hill, going down into Dewala Lake." And so we got down to the bottom of camp. I had a permit for a little bit, got home after the end of the season, and that's when the real fun started. Mom taught me how to parallel park. Dad taught me how to drive. They shared that responsibility. But when I took my test at 16 in Louisville, Kentucky, my instructor said, that was the best parallel parking I've ever seen. Who taught you how to do that? And I proudly said, with a huge smile on my face, my mom. She was a phenomenal teacher when it came to parallel parking. Now, when it came to teaching me how to drive a stick shift, and we've already discussed that on this channel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was some memories right there.
That was a trial and error process, but thank God it worked out, and I didn't kill either of you, so that's a good thing.
We may or may not have gone sliding down black ice, and where we're living in Louisville. That was.
But it made a great sled. It really did. It was.
Oh
awesome.
Man, that was some wild times.
Let's go sideways, guys. Okay. So, Alex, where'd you get your license? Those are nice. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
See how the car spins out. Let's do it. Fishtail. Real quick, Alex, I'll let you tell your story because I'm interested too. Because I've actually never heard this. Because you got your license after I left.
But first,
Patrick, do you remember that night when you had that little Chevette when we were driving back to the house in Louisville?
Uh-huh.
And I remember this so vividly. There was a storm, and we were driving down the road. Like, it was Old Town Road we were going back to, and yes, we lived on Old Town Road.
Yep.
So everyone knows.
It's a real place.
It's a real place.
Yeah.
Before the song. We lived on Old Town Road. We were going back to the house, and I remember we were having fun because the roads were wet, and you were messing around, being a little silly.
Yeah.
But the only reason I remember this so well is because I don't remember if it was you or Alex looked over and was like, hey, those trash cans look a lot like ours. Do you remember this?
No, I don't. What happened?
Alex is nodding his head. He remembers this. We were driving, so we had put out our trash cans before we went to church that night.
Okay.
And as there was a huge storm that rolled through, and our trash cans were literally, like, they had just gotten completely demolished, and they were like 12 houses down. Like, one of them was laying in the middle of the road, one was just like down the middle, like, and it was after, like, we got down, we're like, those are our trash cans. And we had to stop, and I remember getting out, and we had to collect up all of our trash cans and drag them back down to the house. But gosh, that was crazy. All right, it still makes me laugh to this day. Boyo, when did you get your driver's license? It had to have been West Virginia, right?
It was West Virginia.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You went all the way through high school without a driver's license?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, what happened?
I had Greg.
Well, we live with the generation right now that doesn't want to get their license.
That doesn't want to drive?
Doesn't want to drive. Yeah, man. They would much rather ride public transit, which I understand. I mean, sure. But they do not want to drive, and it boggles my mind. Like, to me, that was freedom. I also got to drive a 15-passenger van for a good part of my junior year, but yeah, whatever. Yeah,
that was fun. The
beast, the big blue beast, man. That thing, we had so much trouble out of that thing. I was driving at one time, fellas. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was a Dodge. It was a Dodge 15-passenger van. It had all of the seats in the back, and the air conditioning would go out. The transmission, I think, went out once while I got to drive it.
Yep.
Somehow I was able to coast it into a spot and walk the rest of the way, because this was before everybody had a cell phone. But I was driving it through the University of Louisville's campus, and there's this one bridge where a train bridge was it went over 3rd Street, and you actually dipped down underneath the train bridge and came up on the other side. It also had a height clearance, and there was one time where I saw a Pepsi truck. Didn't recognize the it didn't recognize the height clearance and slammed into that thing, and Pepsi cans were everywhere on Third
Free
Street.
Pepsi.
It was right next to college students, of course. But
Free Pepsi.
there was one time I was driving the Big Blue Beast through that section, and I wasn't paying attention very well. Thankfully, both of my windows were down, but my right side got a little too close to the wall, and it clipped the side mirror and slammed it against the door. The mirror shattered and hit me in the face and went out the other window. And I had to drive home. I'm dazed and confused, trying to figure out what on earth just happened. Looked over and saw, Dad's gonna kill me. But thank God for insurance. Until we got it fixed, though, I had to take a hand mirror and duct tape it in that spot. So I had about a 4-inch mirror on the side of the van in order to drive. It was the dumbest thing ever.
I can see this.
Well, it was bad too because it was a hand mirror, but the handle was hanging down below the bottom of the actual the window holder, the mirror holder. It was hilarious. Oh my goodness! But I was a broke college student. I was so ghetto. Oh well. Oh, but that thing was awesome. Cutting class and taking half the class with me.
Jump in, you'll be fine.
Well, senior year, it was what it was. But so, Alex, you got your license in West Virginia. Sorry, man.
I got it in West Virginia at 18.
At 18?
So, yeah.
So you were an adult.
I was. And it turns out if you're an adult, you don't have to take a test or anything.
What?
Shut up.
You don't have to take a written or a driver's?
Nah. Well, I mean, you have to take a driver's test, right?
Okay, so you still got to sit in the car with somebody with you and do the whole tootling around thing. Okay.
So Mom did all of that with me, right?
Mom gave you the test?
No. Mom actually, you guys know I have an issue with anybody watching me try to do something. I don't know why.
As a urinalysis specialist, that's hilarious.
I mean, that's actually kind of funny. So whenever my name pops up on the list, right, I like to quiz my guys as they have to watch me.
Uh-huh.
And then just to mess with them, right? You know how like a 6-year-old would go to the bathroom, right? Like trowels dropped all the way down around his ankles, pulls his shirt up and tucks it underneath his chin. Right?
Mm-hmm. Family
I like
show.
to do that. Oh yeah. Well, I like to do that. I'll start like 3 feet away from the urinal, and I'll drop trowel and I'll pick up my shirt and I'll tuck it and I'll like waddle forward.
Sad part is I can see you doing that. God bless America.
This is an uncomfortable exhibition, but thank you so much.
Oh, man.
But anyway, like
dear Jesus.
I've always had I don't know, just a mental hang up with Mom and Dad trying to watch me do anything, right? Like even when it came to, trying out for Allstate, if Dad was outside the door for some reason, I couldn't do it. So Mom taught me how to do all the different driving things. When I figured that I was ready, I was like, yeah, let's do this. She also taught me how to parallel park.
Go, Mom.
That was fun. But Philip, whenever he hears this, if he's listening right now, quite literally, my driving test was I went to the mall because the DMV was in a mall.
Nice.
The lady came out with me to Mom's minivan. We did the little walk around test to make sure that everything worked before she got into the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then my job was to back out of the space, go around to the back side of the mall, parallel park in between these two cones that are like 15 feet away. There's no way you can miss this space, right? It's 15 feet, right?
Nice.
So I pull up next to it, and I'm using my mirrors, and I'm signaling to parallel park and park in, and she's like, "Yeah, that was good." And then I did what I always do: is I open up the door to check and see how close to the curb I am, and then shut the door back. I'm like, "All right, we're good."
Nice.
So okay, so she's like, "Go ahead and signal, or go ahead and pull out." So I signaled out, and she's like, "All right, turn left again." And I went back around to the mall. She's okay, go park back in your parking space. I parked back in the parking space. She said, "Okay, cool, you're good to go. Congratulations."
That was it.
That was it.
You didn't go above 15 miles an hour.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Oh man.
But it gets better.
Yay, West Virginia.
So, I got my license and everything. The first ride that I got to take, because at this point, Mom and Dad had been taking me to my job, which was kind of what prompted me to, hey, yeah, I really need to get my license.
Yeah, when you're 18 years old and your parents have to drive you to work.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
That's not it, boyo.
Yeah, I know. So I got that fixed though, so good on there.
Right.
But the first drive that I took in Mom's minivan, because I could, they lived on this. Basically, it was in a holler.
It was a mountain
in West Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah, they lived on a mountain. Their house literally, after they left, it literally fell into said holler.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, but I was driving around the windy roads around it, and I hit a squirrel.
Oh.
I didn't stop. I just kept going because I was like, well,
it was his time.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But I had that driver's license, the one that's straight up and down and not horizontal, all the way up until about 2 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, the military has this great thing, especially with the state of West Virginia, that as long as you have your military ID, your driver's license does not expire.
That's true. Yeah, it depends on the state.
So I kept that for the longest time.
Wow.
But then it started to get pretty bad because, I was 28 years old. And anytime you use...
10-year-old license?
Yeah.
Holy cow, man.
Yeah. So I started looking around.
Wait. You have to say, what did your picture look like?
Not this.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are listening right now, Alex had the most hair out of all three of us combined.
That's true.
At that time, was your picture, was it?
It was shoulder length.
It was shoulder length. Okay, so Alex had shoulder length hair, wavy as all get out.
Yep.
And you probably had a beard then too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he had a worthwhile beard.
He looked like one of the Beatles during like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band time.
Like it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was something, y'all. It was
pretty great.
So you had that picture on your ID up until you were 28?
Yeah, right about, yeah.
Yikes. That's amazing.
So, but I went and I basically retook the exam after having driven for 10 years.
Sure.
But I had to go through the DMV. I had to reapply for everything, and I had to go and take the driver's test. Now, again, over 18 years old, you don't have to do the little pre-test or anything. Literally, you can just go take the road test.
Okay.
So I go in, and I get this nice old lady again, right? And I'm driving my truck. Okay. So we pull up, and I'm in a regular parking space, and she does the walk around again, and she starts going through. And she's like, "All right, we're going to go ahead and get in. We're going to go." And she took me onto the roads of Charleston. One, that I'd been driving as a student for 2 years. And then two, I came back and I'd been driving it for like 6 months. So I kind of knew where I was going, what I was doing. But we back up out of the parking space and we continue on down the road and we get onto the major thoroughfare. and I'm going as nice as I can. I'm being as polite as possible. I'm waving at people as I'm driving, turn signaling
just
for
take a
everything.
test.
Yeah, just say how you doing.
No worries.
Pulling up to a red light, and she's like, "You're gonna turn right here." I said, "Okay, that's fine." I'm waiting. There's no one coming. I turn right on red and continue on, and everything's going fine. And we get back, and she goes, "Are you sure this is the first time you've driven?" I'm like, "Who told you that? That makes no sense."
Are you kidding me?
She's like, "That is the nicest first, driving test I've ever done. You don't have a license right now, do you?" I'm like, "Ma'am, I've been driving for a while now." She goes, "What?" "Yeah, it's an old expired license from, years ago, but it's military." And I showed her my old one, and she's like, "That's not you."
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, it is.
Yeah. So we get back, and you need to put your hand down, sir.
Oh.
Sorry.
Gosh,
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so what states have you held a license in? Ready, go.
Georgia, California.
Mm.
And you still have a California? You didn't get one in New York?
Yeah, no, I still got a California license.
Okay.
Haven't bothered to change it. It's not worth getting a New York one. I thought about getting a New York ID, but I'm not gonna be here much longer anyways. So besides, I've got a New York fishing license, so I'm good.
Yeah, that's a story for another time. How about you, Alex? What do you got?
West Virginia, technically Virginia, and here, South Carolina.
Nice.
Fishing
So
license.
you did have one from Virginia?
Yeah.
For
Really?
Like a hot minute?
Yeah. It was
Okay.
a real hot minute.
Did you have to get it for the fishing license?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a story behind
That's the only. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
That's the only.
Yeah.
That and buying guns.
Well,
That's the only
military,
reason.
man. See, anywhere other than like New York or California, all you really need is your military ID and a copy of your, say you're stationed here, and they'll let you buy whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because that
Still
makes
pain-
you.
still pain in the butt.
I mean, I agree. Now, if you start getting into like NFA items, you need to have a state ID, but
Not for anteaters?
no. National Firearms.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
NFA. I was thinking,
Yeah, NFA is yeah, you need like passport IDs and fingerprints and all sorts of stuff.
Nugget forgets Annapolis.
What?
Nothing. Anyways, so I've had I've had Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, and now West Virginia. So I've had 5 states and
That's
five
impressive.
licenses in states. Now in Kentucky, I've had 1, 2, 3. I've had 3 different changes in there. In Florida, I had 3 different in there. So,
What, did you have to get your old guy license?
no. See, everybody on there drives a Cadillac, and so I had to.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I was thinking they had to put like, wheelchair accessible on the back of your license or something. I don't know.
Shut it.
I'm sorry.
Not that. He's not that old.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Gosh.
whatever. You do
You
you.
realize we're only a couple years behind him.
7.
Not that far, boyo.
I
You
know.
realize this decade we're gonna be in our 40s.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, that was a downer. Okay.
It's only a downer if you
Feel
let it,
the-
man.
Feel the love.
Only a downer if you let it. So it's Monday. We're gonna wrap this up here because we've been going for almost an hour, and man, what a fun hour it's been.
Oh yeah.
It's been good. So what do you got planned for this week, fellas?
Nothing
Besides crappy
crazy
weather.
special. Yeah. Yay.
I'm gonna engrave the crap out of some stuff.
I bet you are, man. I look forward to pictures.
I want
pictures
to
or
see
didn't
it.
count?
Oh,
I'm feeling better. I don't.
Hey Liz,
I
can you
told you guys.
box over there?
No.
I told you guys I told you guys I got bronchitis last week, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You were in bad shape, man. But
I slept for 30 hours straight.
You sound better, and you look good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm still like I'll get the occasional cough.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's his
That's
engraver.
the laser engraver. No, that's the whole thing.
That's it? It's in a box of like a foot by a foot by a foot.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's not for big stuff.
Oh, I was expecting like...
No. That's it.
A 3x3 at least. Not a foot by foot by foot. Foot by foot.
No, it's good. It's all in Korean, too.
Ooh.
That makes things interesting.
I like pho.
Pho is Vietnamese. It's Vietnamese.
It is Vietnamese, you're right. But I still like it.
I also like it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That looks cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I didn't need pictures of that. I needed pictures of what you're doing.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna make one for my desk attendant because that dude has been awesome. And he wants a muffin.
A muffin, like the Muffin Man? A muffin?
Yeah, he wants a muffin on his oar. Yeah.
A muffin or.
Yeah.
Or muffin.
Well, he's an E3, because he got a DUI.
That'll do it.
Yeah, but he was an E4, and technically he is a mechanic. So he's an MMFN. He's a muffin.
That's actually really funny.
That's perfect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it.
So I'll make him a nice little paddle. Gonna have a muffin on it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing crazy for me, guys. Just some same old stuff. Got some awesome employees. Get to work with daily, and I've been playing a ton. Well, not a ton, maybe a couple hours of Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I was there.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I've been playing that online with that guy over there on the far left, and that's a wiener. Doug.
That's Beans.
That's Beans. Hi, Beans. Look at that mustache. Them eyebrows are to kill for.
It's a very impressive.
Yeah, he is.
Very impressive set of eyebrows, if you ask me.
Yep. So I got that I'm playing, and I've also I am officially registered for the Marine Corps 17.75. That's happening December 8th? March. So got to start getting ready for that heavy. And yeah, good times. Let them roll. So, But Greg, you got weather to look forward to? Anything else?
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. All right.
Nothing crazy.
Well, that's good. That's good. And Alex, you?
I don't know. It's a 3-day weekend coming up, so we might end up going camping.
Oh, that's right. We got Monday off. Do you have Monday off next week?
What? There's a holiday?
There's a holiday next Monday. Are you off?
Oh. You're funny.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, guy can hope, right? So here's the question then. Fellas, will I see you next week on this?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Hope? Plan?
Yeah.
Yes, plan.
Sweet.
Potential.
Good. Well, gentlemen, I've had a blast talking with you tonight and seeing your beautiful faces. Man, we look good. We come from good stock. Good stock.
Yeah.
So that's right. Well, shout out to our family. Shout out to our friends. Shout out to everybody who has hung on with us on our Twitch stream. Thank you so much for that. We see you. We see you, Samson Ezekiel, and we see you, Forte Dragon.
Oh, man, he's a regular.
Yeah, we see you, Forte Dragon. And, guys, we really appreciate you hanging out with us tonight on the Twitch stream. If you are interested in catching us on that, we try our very best to be on at 9 o'clock Eastern on Monday, every Monday. And you can catch that on twitch.tv/BrothersinArmsPodcast. You can also catch us on Twitter at yourbrothersinarmspodcast. And there's a couple other places. This episode will be put on YouTube, on our YouTube channel at Brothers in Arms Podcast. And we're trying very much to saturate the market and give you all plenty of options to hang out with us here as we hang out with each other and enjoy what we remember, what we're doing, and what we look for.
Telling all the shenanigan stories.
Yeah, I think we got some good stuff coming up. So thanks again. Thanks for hanging out with us. And here's to next week. So, gentlemen, I love you. Have a great day. Too, rest well. Greg, get to feeling better, man. I'm glad you're on this side of it.
I'm on the mend.
Good. Glad to hear it. And Alex, don't have too much fun over there.
I never do.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, we're out of here. Thanks again. And we are your Brothers in Arms, and this is episode 16. Thank you all so much. Y'all take care now. Bye.
Night.
Later.
Bye.